So in this word problem, we're told that a juice company sells apple juice and orange juice, apple juice an ounce and an apple drink for 8 cents an ounce. Part juice, part drink. Okay, so there's a juice and there's some sort of apple drink. I don't know what the difference between the two is. Sounds like they're both made of apples, but there's two different items that they're mixing together. And the question at the end says, how many ounces of each juice, of each of these items will they need? So let's say X is the number, I can make that bigger in just a second. X is the number of ounces of apple juice. Make that bigger. There we go. And then Y could be the number of ounces of apple drink. Apparently there's a difference between those two. One's probably like artificial apple stuff. So those are the two things that they're asking us to solve for. How many ounces of each? And so now we need to use the facts in the word problem to come up with two equations because we get two variables. Okay. So I'm seeing that there's information about cost. There's information about cents. So let's try making an equation based on the cents that are there. There's 14 cents, and I'll just keep in mind I'm not talking about dollars. I'm going to be talking about cents here. 14 cents for each ounce of apple juice, it says right in the first part. So I'm going to put 14 times X, because if there's 1 ounce of apple juice, then that's 14 cents. If there's 2 ounces of apple juice, then that's 28 cents. There's 8 cents for each ounce of the apple drink. And that should equal, it's 10 cents an ounce. So look, you got cost times the amount. You got cost times the amount. So here's the cost for the final thing. It's all supposed to equal 10 cents. Now we need an amount here. And they said that they're going to be 7-ounce cans. So I'm going to put 7 at the end. The final drink is supposed to be 10 cents per ounce, and it's supposed to be a 7-ounce can that they're trying to mix together. And then, so that's an equation that deals with the money. Now we can actually make a much simpler equation. The total ounces are supposed to be 7 ounces. So we have X ounces of apple juice, Y ounces of apple drink, and that should equal 7 ounces when we combine them all together. I can't move it. Oh, maybe I can. I'm on a different computer today, so okay, that'll have to do. So these are two equations talking about X and Y. So we can solve them by making them into a system of equations. And then the best method here is elimination, because you got your X's stacked on top of each other and your Y's stacked on top of each other. So I'm going to take the first equation, leave it unchanged. Actually, I'm just going to do 10 times 7 makes 70. And then the second equation, I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 14. I got to figure out what 7 times negative 14 is. It's going to be negative 98. So look, I multiplied the bottom equation by negative 14 so that my x's would cancel out when I add them together. 14x plus negative 14x makes nothing. 8y plus negative 14y makes negative 6y. And 70 plus negative 98 makes negative 28. And then if we divide both sides by negative 6, what do we got? I get 4 2/3. That's 4.6667. Integer is simplified fraction. Yeah, so let's keep it as a fraction here. If you divide negative 6 from both sides, a negative divided by a negative makes a positive, right? And then if we simplify that fraction, divide the top and the bottom by 2, you get 14 over 3. So 14 over 3 should be an acceptable answer. Remember, that's for the drink, because that's what y equals. To find out what x equals, we have to plug 14 over 3 back into the equation. So over here, it's easiest in this bottom equation. I'm going to plug 14 over 3 in for y. And then to get x by itself, I got to subtract both sides by 14 over 3. So I got that over to the other side by subtracting it from both sides. Made it cancel out here. And now I need common denominators. This is 7 over 1, or in other words, 21 over 3, and you can check me there, right? If you do 21 divided by 3, makes 7. And now we got common denominators. That's 7 over 3. For the ounces of apple juice,